Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Arizona Dreams. Today we're going to do something a little different than what I normally do. Today we're going to talk about one of my pet peeves for Arizona. Usually I'm all sunshine about Arizona, but there's one thing that does drive me kind of nuts. And that is the amount of crap that you find on the roads here. And I'm talking about rocks and debris and things like that. Why is this a pet peeve of mine? Well, I'm going to show you my windshield and you're going to understand why. Hopefully you can see there's two cracks there, and then there's another crack over there, and there's half a dozen chips throughout my windshield. Yes, I had my wiper blades out because I was wiping it off so that you wouldn't get confused between chips. And there's one actually right behind the mirror as well. So you're probably asking yourself, well, why don't you go get your windshield replaced? Here's the kicker. I did replace my windshield. I've been back in Arizona now for a little over a year, about a year and maybe a quarter. And within the first 6 months or so, I had half a dozen chips from rocks and debris from driving on the interstates here. So I went and swallowed the $100 deductible. Of course, your deductible will vary. And got a brand new windshield put on. It was really nice. It was very quick. It took him maybe 20 minutes to swap the windshield out, which I'm going to recommend to you. If you do move to Arizona, make sure your insurance covers both chip repair and windshield replacement, and I would recommend getting the lowest deductible possible for that piece of it. Like I said, my insurance, it's $100 to get it replaced. And the cool thing is there's a lot of companies in the valley that will replace them and give you cash back. Some are throwing in free meals, etc. I'm going to tell you also from my experience now, I've driven in many states. I've lived in Ohio, Michigan, Arizona, Texas. I've driven in LA, I've driven in New York, I've driven all up and down I-75 going from Michigan all the way down to Florida. And I can say that I have never had this many chips in the span of a year and a quarter for my entire driving time. In fact, I can only recall maybe 1 or 2 chips in my windshields the entire time outside of this year or this year and a quarter here in Arizona. I do drive a Jeep Wrangler, so that's a very flat windshield, but I also drove one before when I was out here and never had an issue. So as you can see, this is the side of my Wrangler, and you can see that's a pretty straight, yeah, there's a little bit of an angle, but that's straighter than most other vehicles' windshields. I mention that because it's a perfect catch for all the nonsense and crap that's going to come up when you're driving. The guy that came and replaced the windshield the last time, and who will probably be out again soon, told me that they do Wranglers 2, 3, 4 times a day. He does a Wrangler. So just know that if you're going to be out here, be ready for some chips if you've got a Jeep Wrangler. Just keep that in mind. Like I said, that's one of my biggest pet peeves here is the amount of debris, and I've talked to several AZ residents that have been born and raised here on any tips on how to reduce that, and all of them said carry good insurance because it's just the condition of the roads. The condition of the roads themselves are actually in pretty solid shape if you're talking about potholes and things like that, except for after really heavy long periods of rain they tend to have to fill some potholes, but otherwise they keep their roads in pretty good shape, far better than Michigan, I'll tell you that. So anyways, that's it. You know the drill. Subscribe, share, like, comments down below, ring the bell for the alerts, and take care.
Perfect.